Hey friends, welcome back to another video. Rob here. Today I want to talk to you about this little setup right here, which is the Spark Live and the MPC Key37. I think there's a lot of really cool stuff that can happen with this. Today, everything that you're hearing is being recorded straight through the Tascam Porta Capture X8 in the AB configuration. Kind of got it set up so that we get a little bit more over there with the tones coming out of the Spark, and you can hear my voice. So, with that being said, let's jump into it. You've seen a lot of reviews about both of these products, but you don't ever see one with them together. And I think that that's where this conversation is going to go. I want to share with you how I use these two together and how I've been enjoying the Key37 quite a bit. Now, I recently received the Key37, and I'm still in my evaluation process, but during that time, I've been working on it to create music, not just beats. Of course, you can do that with the regular MPC 1 Plus or whatever series you're using. But with the keys, if you're a musician or a guitarist or a pianist or something like, obviously if you're a pianist, there's a lot that can happen here that is really, really interesting. And because you can put your entire arrangement on it with MPC 3, the software version, there's just a lot that can happen. Let me share with you. Usually I use something like the Headrush MX5. I've used this for a long time to create different tracks, backing tracks and things like that I might use for myself. For when I want to go out and play. I don't busk or anything, but I do enjoy going to the park, to the beach, the street corner up the road, the Cork and Bowl. I enjoy going up there and playing just because it's a lot of fun. The Spark Live has been instrumental in that for me because of its built-in battery. The thing that I've been missing is the composition side. I've been putting together my loops, saving them to my computer, and then uploading them to YouTube so I can pull up on the app for the Spark Live, which then allows me, of course, to play back. The Spark Live does not have a looper. Well, that gives me the ability to add drums and things like that because I can do most of that stuff on the Headrush using my Beat Buddy Mini 2 so that it can give me some drums, and then I can make several overdub loops, and that's good to go. Well, I'm not really a looper person. I really just prefer playing over the melodies of the music that's actually there, which means that not having a looper built into this isn't such a big deal for me. And I'm talking about the Spark Live. It doesn't have a looper built into it. Because I can very easily pull up a backing track, and I happen to love the backing tracks by Andertons, and we'll look at how we do that here later. But more importantly, the MPC Key37 has really improved my music, my making workflow and journey, because I can now program things into the Key37, and then export that out and have a complete song or a complete backing track that is of my entire creation. And that is something quite special. So right now I want to tell you how these two work together, just so you know. The Key37 is sending its output to the 3/4 input on the Spark Live. So the left, I'm just using one TRS cable or one 1/4-inch cable. And it's going from the left mono output to the 3/4 left mono input on the Spark Live. The Spark Live, you've got 4 channels. The nice part about that 3/4 channel is that there's no processing applied to it. So whatever amps or modeling or sounds you're using, you're not getting anything coming into that. You're just getting the straight sound. There's also a volume control back there, so you can change the gain or the volume in order to get it to the level that you want. This is also a great feature when you bring a music backing track in. When you bring a music backing track into the Spark Live, there is no processing. So whatever you have, whatever effects you have, the music backing track or whatever you're playing through the Spark Live app, very, very simply just exports. It just plays straight through like a regular Bluetooth speaker, which is really nice. A very high quality Bluetooth speaker. Okay, so everything that's been programmed that you'll hear today on the MPC Key37 is going to the input of 3 and 4, the left mono input, which is input 3. Okay, but my guitar is going into Spark Live, and if I wanted to record that guitar sound with that amp into the sampler or the looper on the MPC Key37, it would need to go into the MPC Key37. So on the output, we've got left and right channel output that we use 1/4-inch here, balanced. I just have the output left, again, mono, because I'm only using mono, going into the left input over here. Now, I'm not going to be doing any recording today But I just wanted you to know that is possible, and that's how that would work. I think just before we jump into some sounds, it is important to note, if you're new to the Spark, man, they've got so many things on here. There's a couple of them that I like. I've got several presets that I've created. You can go and download. They've been downloaded a few hundred times right now. Just search for Rob's Fender TMDR. If you search for Rob's Fender TMDR, you'll find the 4 or 5 different presets that I made to sample that sound just like, or very close to my ears, to my Tone Master Deluxe Reverb. And I've got several different versions of it. Clean, slightly driven, more drive, more verb, stuff like that, and dirty. And I got those in there because although I love the sound of this amp, the Spark Live, it's great sounding. My favorite sound of all the amps that I have is actually my Tone Master Deluxe Reverb. I love that. And I recognize it's not solid. I mean, it is solid state. It's not too, but I had a Deluxe Reverb and everything else. It's just, it's all personal preference. But hey, if you want to go check it out, go check it out. That's why I made them, so that I could enjoy them while I'm out there. You'll also get a preset on there for Rob's Blacktop Broadtrons for my Gretsch broadcaster. Okay, now that we've said that, let's go ahead over here and talk about these things. Today, we'll be using just my Tone Master Deluxe Reverb sound. I'll get that out of the way so it won't be there anymore. Let's jump into it. Okay, so there you hear a song that I've been working on called Regrets. Everything was programmed over here, and pretty neat song. Of course, the C major, A minor, but actually it's an A minor, and easy to play along with. So if you like that and you want a backing track to this, let me know. I'll put it up and share a link with you, whoever asks for it. Okay, now that we've got that out of the way, I wanted to show you one other thing, just because I wanted you to hear or see just exactly what we can do with the MPC, and recognize the purpose of the MPC here is to program all of these beats, all of these tracks, to create my own backing tracks. And I have every instrument that you could have on the MPC, all the drums that you could have. It's all my own, create my own backing tracks so that I can go play out in the park and just have a good time. If you're an actual professional musician, a professional busker, if you're out there really hitting it, and you've got any chops, whether it's with just a beatbox or a groove machine, I think the Live as well as the MPC, any of them, are the way to go, because you can create something that you can then take with you. And I'm playing it over here through the Spark Live, so you can just hear in a room, my office, which there's some room tone here, but just hear how nice it sounds. So the other thing I did, I'm just coming over here to my menu. I'm going to my folder, internal storage, internal documents, and now I'm going to, I guess this right here, Brandy. Okay. Brandy, she's a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. Okay, so the funny part about this is you're going to get to hear a vocal that I did on here as I was testing out the vocal harmonizer and the pitch corrector that they have. And if you've come from making beats, and you might say, Rob, I can do all this stuff on GarageBand. Yes, you can, but also no, you can't, because the tools that you have available in the MPC series, whether it's the one or whichever, they all have the same software. The hardware is just different. The tools that you have are absolutely amazing. So yeah, I want to pull up Brandy and we can hear that now. But that vocal harmonizer and that vocal, well, I'm not using a harmonizer, that vocal pitch corrector really helps my voice, but doesn't make me sound auto-tuned. And I don't even have to use much of it. It's really, really great. I like it quite a bit. So let's pull that up now.
seas. 100 ships a day, lonely sailors living their life away as they talk about their home. There's a girl in that harbor town who makes a living laying whiskey down. They say, Brandy, bring me another round. And she serves them whiskey and wine. Sailors say, Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. Your eyes steal our sailor from the sea.
Yeah, okay, looks like my loop ends there. As you can hear, I'm still kind of working on it, but sounds great, easy to put together. Just about 5 minutes worth the MPC, and you can do something like this, especially if you can sing and play a couple of chords into the MPC. But at the same time, with the MPC, you can just as easily program the pads to play the chords. So if you can't play the chords the way that you want, you can just use the pads. You can put it on pad performance mode, which is really quite cool. In any event, both of these things work together extremely well. And arranging everything on the screen right here is simple. So if you need to tweak something, pick it up, move it around, delete it, mute it, add tracks. It's got a whole mixer built into it. The nice part is once you get that done, you can play along with it just by looping it straight through the MPC. I can see this being great, just like I described. The two use cases that I see for this is, let's say you wanted to play out somewhere and had a bunch of songs. You could actually arrange them on this and have them all loaded up in here. The only problem is when you switch between loaded projects on the MPC Key37, at least, it takes about 30 seconds to a minute, depending on how big that project is. So you may not want to do that. It may be easier to just take everything that you've got, save it to your YouTube, and then call it up on the Spark Live using the looper function. And I guess not the looper function, but the playout function. I guess the final thing that I'll do here is I'll just show you how easy it is to go ahead and bring a backing track up there. So we've got this. Don't forget Rob's, Tone Fender, TMDR. You can get all those. Just search that. But if you go over here to the music tab, and then you get to the music tab, you just come over here to the search button. They've got lots of stuff built into this. But if you just search, hit your search right there. Then I've got Anderson's backing tracks already up here because I like the Anderson's backing tracks, obviously. And then you can choose whichever one you want. Let me see. I like all of them. Oh, this one's cool. This is, what is it? Sunset Riding in D. Now you got backing tracks to go with you everywhere. Sunset Riding in D. Anderson's backing tracks. Lee and the Captain, you're sailing with them. Don't you love it? I think there's a lot to love with this combination right here. Absolutely fun, very enjoyable, easy to use, and wow, what can I say? If you've seen what I can do with it in just a few weeks, just messing around, or just with the guitar in general, these two things paired together really, I think, are a live and on-location production workflow. Obviously, the MPC is doing the heavy lifting, but I really like the Spark Live because it's loud and sounds good and it's got a lot of guitar effects and it's nice. It works well together. So I like these for that reason, and I thought this would be a fun video to bring to you because I haven't seen anybody talking about it. So here are Spark Live as well as MPC Key37 with Anderson's backing track, all for you with your own backing tracks. Go forth and make great music, guys. I'm Rob. Robert Hand Photography is what I do for a living. I'm a photographer, professional photographer, and videographer. I work with bands, corporate events, and brides here in Hampton Roads. So if you want one of those things to happen for you, give me a call. Guys, I'd love to talk to you in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye for now.